Hello there. My name is Malo Picolet, and I'm a French international business student. This year, I want to take the opportunity to reconnect people with music. These days, songs, artists, and genres all generally kind of sound the same. Pop culture's instant gratification of success entices the same kinds of artists to produce the same kinds of songs with similar melodies, tunes, chords, etc., etc. Radio stations play the same loop with the same songs, and you, as a listener, are not discovering anything new. But Malo, you might tell me, streaming apps have powerful software these days to always give you new songs to listen to. I could answer that that might be the case, but once again, you are not the one making the decision. You are not currently wandering through the immeasurable catalog of existing songs, artists, and genres. So today, I want to talk you through a genre that I hold dear, progressive rock, in the hopes that I can make you discover something new. First identified in the late 1960s, progressive rock came as a break in the way music was created, interpreted, and distributed. Early progressive groups like the Beatles, the Yardbirds, or the Beach Boys stood out thanks to the influx of new musical ideas. Instead of conflicting with established and different genres like jazz or foreign music, groups used these different ideas to create entirely new sounds and melodies. They combined rock and roll with various other music styles such as Indian ragas, Gregorian chants, or Oriental melodies. As such, by 1968, the traditional model of rock was shattered and experimentation was the norm. Paradoxically, at the same time, rock music started to take itself seriously. Experimental tones, rhythms, chord structures, and poetic texts entered the contemporary construction of pop music. Everyday sounds like dogs barking, the sound of breakfast being made, or even an audience's roar or chants were mixed inside songs. In conjunction with the liberalization values of the late 1960s, bands went out of their way to introduce new sounds to express the changing mentality of Western society. As a result, music as a product drastically changed. Audiences of bands grew. The traditional radio single was slowly edged out as bands turned to long, well-produced LPs or albums that people could listen to in the comfort of their own homes. This led to the rise of concept albums, popularized by the most famous one of all, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles or The Wall by Pink Floyd. Bands also created longer pieces with a more flexible structure to better express their ideas and creativity. For example, Echoes by Pink Floyd, published in 1971, is over 20 minutes long. With a greater liberty in the way music was allowed to be created, perceived, and distributed, bands turned to new equipment and new production methods such as distorting guitar pedals or rotating speakers. Progressive rock single-handedly changed the evolution of popular music. Its influences can be heard in the rise of metal in the 80s, pop and hip-hop in the 90s, as well as in modern jazz music today. I hope the next time you go to listen to music, your curiosity drives you to discover this amazing genre. The movement was so wide, different, developing, and is still going on today that your new favorite song or artist is waiting for you out there. Thanks for listening.